Hello, it's Jason again from Overland America. Just look at this beautiful lake and scenery. Believe it or not, this is salt water. And if you want to see how we got here, stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to another adventure with Overland America. Today we're visiting Hartshorne Woods Park located in New Jersey. This park is 794 acres site overlooking the Navassack River. This park is among the highest elevations along the Atlantic coast and features prominently in the area history as a former coastal defense site, known as its challenging trail system and scenic views. Hartshorne Woods is a popular park for area hikers, bicyclists, and outdoor enthusiasts.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on.
Finally arrived at Hartshorne Woods Park, and let's get our camera gear and everything ready, and we're going to hit the park, and we're going to see what this place has to offer. If you've ever been here before or, are excited to come here or would like to come here, please leave us a little note in the comment. Let us know, if you know any hidden gems or anything like that that's located within this park that maybe, we didn't find or we didn't see. We would really like to hear from you. So please leave us a note in the comment and let us know. So let's lock up this Jeep and set the alarm and hit the trails and see what this park has. So we've heard good things about it. A lot of people, we've seen it on social media. Pictures that some of y'all have put up there, and it looks really good. So as we walk down the road here, we're coming into the entrance here out of the parking lot. This used to be one of the old batteries. I think they removed the cannon out of this particular battery and turned it into an entrance or a gate. The gate is wide open, but this is the battery here that's located right next to it. So I'm thinking that's what the original entrance looked like. As you can see here, this cannon here was to protect the bay. Right now, it's not, a lot of it. You usually, I guess, at one point you were able to see the water and the entrance to the bay from here. You can kind of see it, but for the most part, the trees and everything have grown up. So you need to walk down closer to the water to be able to see it. But in any case, I'm sure that this cannon was really, really good at protecting the shipping routes that used to come through here, pass through here into the New York and to New Jersey shipping channels. And that's what these batteries here were set up for. This gun here was one of the only ones that's left. It had been restored and painted and everything. And the upkeep on it seems to be, was pretty good. Me and Sudan really enjoyed walking around looking at it. Can you imagine the size of the bullets that would go in here and the loads that would take in here to fire? If any of you are gun buffs or anything and you know a little bit of history about this cannon, please leave us a note in the comments and let us know what you know. We'd be really interested in finding out because this was a really interesting cannon and the history that I know of it, that it was here because this is a battery that protected the channel, which you'll see in a minute as we walk down a little ways, along with the other one where we came in, which I'm assuming had another cannon like this, but they had removed it. So it looks like there was two cannons here, long-range cannons here that would shoot into the bay. The elevation of this park was pretty high, and so they had a good view of the inlet there that came into the channel. So if I was somebody that wanted to cause some mischief or try to get into this harbor or something like this during, I don't know, one of the wars, I would have thought twice. I'm be interested to know if this cannon was ever fired, during, when it was in use. I have to research it a little bit to see if I could find that. But if anybody knows any history on it, like I said, please leave us a comment so, we can find out about it. This is Sudan. This was the hill that it kind of climbed up and went above the cannon. It was a pretty steep climb. The video really doesn't do it justice, but she went up and I went up, up after her to videotape it. And we were definitely out of breath by the time we went to the top. But as you can see, the views were pretty good. You can kind of see the channel there, like I told you earlier that the trees and stuff had grown up. And I'm pretty sure, like in the summertime when these trees all have leaves and everything on them, it would probably be even harder to see the water at that point. So I would think that during the time that these cans were in use, I would imagine that they would have probably kept some of these trees cleared back so that they could have a clear line of sight to the water where they're protecting. But in all, this was a very interesting place. I would like to come back here in the summertime when everything is green and flush, and I bet you that it's really pretty then. And it's something that we'd like to see in the summertime and check it out. Well, Sudan finally made it down the hill, and there were no accidents and no rollovers. So I guess everything was good with that. So now we're gonna we're gonna go head on down the trail and see what's down here further. And like I said, the park. We were there like early in the morning, and it was not too busy then. But by the time we got ready to leave, it was closer to like 4 in the afternoon, and it was starting to pick up with more and more people at that point. Like I said, we just came off a really hard and cold winter, and this was like the very first day that it was like up in the 60s. So it was a nice, comfortable day to be out there, and even at some points, with all the climbing and everything, you could comfortably wear a short sleeve shirt and be relatively comfortable hiking around out here. So it was the first thing we came across as we were walking, as you can see, is this uphill here part with these benches. And this was an overlook that overlooked the channel and the island where there was sort of a marina over there with a lot of boats and houses and stuff like that. Not really for sure what that island is called. If you know, leave us a comment, let us know. But it was very beautiful, and we really enjoyed, spending a little time here on this overlook and checking out the scenery and checking out the channel. The island, it kind of divides the channel, and on the other side, I believe it's just like that was the ocean. So I guess you could call it, where the saltwater and the freshwater meet here in this channel is a brackish water area. But there was a lot of beautiful trails, and they were in the place for the most part looked to be well maintained. And we were walking and enjoying it. And then if you look around, like I said, it's the winter time. So, when you come to the parks, like during these particular times, like off seasons, winter times, It's not quite the same experience. And you can that means you can see it twice. You see it once like this, and you can see it in the fall and the winter time. You could walk it in the summertime and it's green and lush, and then you could go see it in the fall when the leaves are turning. And every time you go visit it, you're hiking the same park, but you're getting a totally different experience every time you do it. And then it's just enjoyable either way. As we're outside people. We live in the concrete jungle, and getting out to nature for us is a must. We would go stir crazy if we didn't. Even in the wintertime, as you can see, we continue to make videos. We try to get out. We do some snow videos. We did some snow hiking, a lot of things. Leo, as you can see, he loves to be out and about. And here's Sudan. We're sitting on this overlook. This is the actual second overlook. It's a little bit further down from the original one. And Leo is getting a snack because he's been a good boy. He's carrying his backpack and carrying all our supplies. Here is the fearless photographer, making the videos. I don't make too many cameos. This is like that Sylvester Stallone movie, where he produced a movie, and then you kind of every now and then saw him make a walk on a sidewalk or bump into the actor or something like that. You got to have the cameraman every now and then in the shot. But for the most part, I'm behind the scenes, making the videos and filming. As we came up to this place, this was very interesting because this was a huge drop off. Sudan kind of went down there before I actually got there because I think I was videoing, further up the trail. But this plane was steep. I mean, it was so steep that with all the camera equipment that I had on my back, I couldn't go down this way. I mean, you had to hold on to that rope, and I believe she told me that she even ended up sliding down there a little bit. But down there, you got down to the water, and then there was a small trail that went, along the edge of the water, and there was some really interesting things once we got down here, which you would probably want to stay tuned for part 2 of this video, which will be coming out next week. What we found down there is a whole video in itself, and will be coming out next week. But in the meantime, as you can see, Sudan left, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going, oh no, my baby's leaving, and I can't get down there. So I start hiking on down the trail, along the edge of that ravine where she dropped off to go down to the water to see if I could find a less challenging path down there, because I've got about 60 pounds worth of camera equipment on my back, that will push me forward going down that hill, and not to mention I don't want to fall or slip and damage any of it. Just keep going on down the path until I can find a way to get down and hook back up with my lady love. So now we come to the conclusion of this first episode. To stay tuned to find out if I do find a way down and if I reunite with my lady love who is down at the bottom. You don't want to miss episode number 2 and see all the exciting things that we found once we got to the bottom of the cliff. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next trip.